Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. We are for Group I, and we will present our dedicated and assembly language project, which is facilitated by the ends. So, in this presentation, we will discuss the overview of our project. The first thing we will discuss is introduction. Then we will discuss a bit about what distribution, flowchart, use case, the source code, and then testing. So what our project is about? Our project is about self-regulated attacks. It's equipped with sensor that can be used by the recipient or the delivery guy to alert themselves if there is any update. So this is our group, and my name is Muhammad Subin Azmi. This is my group mate, Muhammad Izzat bin Muhammad Abdul Ghaffar, and Muhammad Hussein bin Ahmad Razi. So this is our work distribution part in the project. So I will explain just the coding here. So for my part, I have done the recipient coding. Muhammad Hussein has done the rider coding part, and Muhammad Izzat is responsible for the main framework of the coding. Next, we will go to the chart of our project. So this is our chart for our project. We'll go to first the recipient part. First, the recipient we sign in, and the system will check if it's verified. If verified, and then they will request for delivery and input the information to be stored in the register here, and then it will notify the shipping items on the way, and then then we will notify the item has arrived, and the shipping will display the QR code, and the item if the item to be received, it will confirm, and then it will end for the for delivery guy. Same first process, we will be on to sign in. It will match the username and password. We will send the delivery guy will scan the QR code to the sensor to get the address and the information from the recipient from the register, and then it will display the information from the recipient. And then this sensor is when the delivery guy is leaving the store to the recipient house. We check how much longer for the delivery guy to arrive at the recipient house. Same goes into the second sensor here. We will detect if it is already arrived or not. Lastly, the delivery guy will scan the QR code to mark the item has already been delivered. And if yes, the recipient will get the message that the item has been received. If not, it will go to the menu where the system will ask to display the item of the visit. And then that's all for our project. Next, we will see the use case. This is an address system section for our project. So this is our use case. The recipient and the deliverer choose the card, then log in as recipient or log in as delivery card. The recipient will request delivery which include for them to input the information they needed. And the delivery card will scan the barcode and give the item information from the recipient. Then we're using the sensor GPS. Recipient can flag the delivery card using the sensor that have been built in our project. Then the delivery card will scan the QR code and confirm the delivery has been successful. Lastly, the recipient will receive a arrival message that the item has been received. That's all for my part. We will see the source code presented by our next presenter. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum, I'm Izzat. So I will present to you about our code here. So in our code we have the main function, which is this to display the welcome page, and then we ask the user for choosing their whether they are recipient or rider. So I will let to start first. So you can see here the program prompt the user to choose either they are recipient or rider. So I will explain to you about the recipient part. So here I choose recipient, which is 1, and then the program will go to the login page. For the login page, the program will prompt the user to enter their username and the password. So we can enter the username and password. So we only use the dummy password and dummy username here to verify it. In the username and password, we use the arrow checking right here, which is we compare the username and the password to verify it, to verify the username and password is valid and exists. So here you can see we use the compare string right here. So the password, when it will compare the username input and the username, which is we define right here, the username. Where is it? Yes, right here, the username and password. Alright, compare the password, and then they go to the compare string right here, and they compare the password. This is the looping for password comparing not password comparing, the string comparing for two string, and then go to end, and then jump back to the function, the login function, and then if the v right here, v0 is 0, which is the password is 2, the username is same like the username that we define, it will go to verified username. Verified username here, we will check the password. So it's the same method, the password checking, like the username checking also, and then we get the verified login right here. Verified login. In verified login, the program will run back the S0 that we cache from the start, where the user choose either they are recipient or rider. So the program check right here, and if the login user is recipient, they will go to recipient menu right here, recipient menu right here. So in the recipient menu, the program will prompt the recipient menu like this. The recipient menu, let me take a little bit. Alright, the recipient menu, and the program prompt to choose the menu right here when the user put request form, which is one, and then the program asks to enter the full name, which is hijab, the address right here, which is I try Terengganu, and then the item we try book. So we choose we want to continue because we want to generate QR code, and then we generate the QR code, which is 3 right here. And then the QR code you can see here is 29. So right here, when the user choose 3, they will go to the QR code function right here, and then they will prompt your QR code text, and in this one, the program will generate the random number for QR code, and then they display right here the QR code, and then the program will go to the confirmation right here, display the phone name and the Terengganu address and type of item. So we want to continue the program, and then we can check the confirmation. In confirmation, we get the exactly the same like what we get from QR code, but without the QR code. We want to continue, and then we try to go to track header. Okay, you can see in the track header it display the parcel has been picked up and your parcel has been transported to delivery hut. Okay, that's all from recipient.
Okay, now for my part, I will present about the rider part. So in the recipient part, they will ask us whether if you want to continue. So we can press Y, yes or no, and then there is an error checking. So if put other than Y or N, for example O, they are invalid, so they will ask us to write again. So like for example P, and then wrong input, please try again. So we don't want to continue, so we press N. So if we N, they will go to the most upper one in the menu function. So we start again. So we can choose our tab, which is rider, because it's my part. So username, also there's an error checking. So if you put uppercase in the Hussein and the password is correct, it will say wrong username or password. So then we must try again. So we put the correct one, Hussein, and admin. So in the rider main menu, so here from main menu, and then they will ask us to for user input. So when the rider first came, when they get the item, they need to scan. So they will scan the barcode, and then when they are scanning item here, scanning item, and then we have syscall service for sleep, which is 32, and then for 5000 millisecond, which is 5 seconds, and after they are scanning, and then they will display the item code, the QR code which is earlier, and then in the earlier full name, address, and the type of item. Like here, we display all the previous recipient information that have been presented earlier. and then we move to the GPS update location, which is our sensor. So for the sensor, we'll put 2 update location. So we need the rider need to update their current location, which is Kuala Lumpur, and then the GPS service, they will calculate the route, and then they will we do this called service for sleep, so that we can make it like in real life. And then there are beep function actually, at the 5 kilometer away from target, there are beeping sound, and then after you have arrived also, there are also a beeping sound. But we are using a Mac, so there are no Java X, so there are no sound, but actually there are sound. And then we'll go to jump to error check. So we here also, like I have presented earlier, have error checking. So we want to continue, and then we will exit. If we exit, there are a thank you for using parcel delivery alert app, which is in the here, thank you, which in the dot data. I want to talk about the beeping sound. Here there are the beep function, which is 31, and then there are beep, and then we can set the duration. So that's it all.